Hello and welcome to the English Lesson Cafe podcast, where you can listen in on our conversations to improve your English. My name is Mark and I'm here with my wife.
My name is Hillary.
We are back again with more of our daily life conversations to help you learn as you listen. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Today, as you can see, I am not with my second son. He had some other obligations this week, and therefore I've replaced him with my daughter. And what is your name?
My name is Sarah.
And how old are you, Sarah?
I'm 18.
All right. And where were you born?
I was born in Conway, South Carolina.
Well, I'm glad to have you with us today. I know this will be fun. So let's get started. Sarah, can you tell me your earliest memory?
I was probably 4 or 5. I had gotten out of the stroller.
Can you tell us what a stroller is?
So it's like when you're a baby, the parents or whatever put you in a stroller so they can put you in there, strap you in, and walk around without holding you or making sure you don't run off somewhere. So it was in the closet because we had gotten done using it, and my brothers would take it out and unfold it because it was folded up so it would be compact, and they would take it out, unfold it. I would get inside of it, and they would run around. We would run around the house while I was in it. Sometimes the boys would get in there, but it was too heavy because they were heavier than me. It was hard to push them around.
Yeah. So this was y'all's own personal little amusement park.
Pretty much. We did a lot of that kind of stuff. We would set up an obstacle course. If anyone has watched American Ninja Warrior, y'all would kind of know what we're talking about, but it's like an obstacle course. We would do that in our house. We would make a little obstacle course and see who would win.
And y'all put this on video, I'm sure.
We did.
Yeah, they are funny videos to watch. They are fun. They're fun to go back and look at on occasions because they were pretty exciting and funny and silly. And yeah, and I was not home.
Right.
What do you think is one of your favorite memories?
I would say probably getting our first dog.
Okay.
I was terrified of dogs. So when we got her, I was nervous because I just thought our neighbor's dog was not a kind dog. And so that dog kind of scared me and my brother from wanting a dog. But she was a puppy and she was super cute. And so we finally got used to her being around. And she was really sweet.
She was. We got her as a puppy. That was an exciting time, not just for getting the dog, but a lot happened
That's
around
true.
the time that we did get the dog. Without going into depth, what was the other occasion that was a very exciting moment in our life?
Our cross-country train trip,
We had gone on a 2-week vacation across country.
which I thought was my birthday present. Later to find out it wasn't. It was the day after my birthday, so
Yeah, so
I
there
thought
you
it was
go.
my birthday trip. But when I grew up, I figured out that it wasn't.
It depends if you think about it and you pretend that it's your birthday present.
Right.
I
I can
mean,
imagine
yeah.
it was.
That was a 2-week train trip. It was
I
awesome.
know.
All right, so then when we got back is when we surprised y'all with a dog.
Right, and we had gone and seen all the puppies
Yeah.
right before we left. So we were traveling to Georgia, right?
Yeah.
We were traveling to Georgia, and we stopped, met up with the guy that had the puppies, and we met the puppies, and then when we just thought we were going to see them, and then when we came back, they surprised us.
Yeah. It was a real good friend of mine, and his girlfriend had a dog that had puppies, and Hillary and I knew that we were going to get one from them. The kids, however, did not know. They thought we were just going to see my friend and the new puppies on the way out of town, knowing that when we got back that they would have a puppy. And it was a black Labrador retriever, and she was a good dog, real good dog. All right, so let's see here. So have you ever played any sports growing up?
I have. So I've played soccer and baseball, and if you want to count cheerleading as a sport, you can. So I've done that as well. And then just not like as a team. I've played a little bit of basketball, but I was never really great at that.
Obviously, watching you play was fun, but there's this little special thing about an occasion during your baseball career.
My baseball career.
So do you think you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, but I have a funny story that I just thought about
Okay.
of me playing, well, when I was practicing baseball
Okay.
with my coach.
Okay.
And I had a friend in baseball.
You had a friend?
I know, so shocking. I had a friend that I was playing baseball with, and me and her were talking, and we were supposed to be running around the field as a practice. We weren't going as fast as we could have because we were talking, and the coach told us, "It's not tea drinking time. Get a move on."
Were your little princesses having tea and crumpets?
Yes. And
Hello, ladies. No tea and crumpets today. Ladies, we must run the field. Who do you think you are, the queen?
And that's what we felt like.
Well, the princesses in right field, please get a move on.
We were way behind the other people.
No,
Yeah.
I can see that. But the memory I'm thinking of is when you came in to baseball practice like a princess
Oh, yeah.
in your chariot.
Purple chariot.
Tell us a little bit about that experience.
So I was at the other field.
How old were you when you played baseball?
I would have to say probably 7.
Yeah, you were
7 or
you were
8.
little. Yeah.
I would say 7 or 8. And I was at my brother's practice at that time because my dad was still at work and the boys were practicing. But I had my practice that I had to get to. So when Dad got off work, he came on his motorcycle to come over to their baseball practice to get me so I could go to the field that they were having my practice at. And so he put the helmet on me. Wait, was I wearing the helmet?
Yeah, you had to wear a helmet.
Okay. So I was wearing the helmet and I got on, and it wasn't that far to get to the other baseball field.
Where we lived in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, there were a lot of baseball tournaments, a lot of softball tournaments. Myrtle Beach hosted a lot of sporting events for youth or even some adults. And so there were a lot of baseball fields in close proximity, and those happened to be close to where we lived, close to our house. But there are multiple fields nearby. And so this is where I transported her from one field to the other to her practice field. Yeah.
But while he was driving me over there, I just felt like everybody was looking at me because I was little and I was on a motorcycle. So I thought it was so cool. It was cool, but I thought I was just so cool. And so I thought everyone was looking at me. So when we would have to stop, I would just wave at people like I was some princess or something.
You were little. It was fun.
I would say baseball was probably my favorite sport. If I had stayed with playing sports, it would probably still be baseball, which would now be softball for females. But I loved baseball. I don't remember soccer as much, but I know I didn't like it as much because you had to run more.
Yeah.
But I did have these cute little pink cleats.
Yeah, okay, cleats. Cleats are the type of shoe that you would wear for playing sports. On the sole or the bottom of the shoe, there are little bumps, little spikes, and they help you to get traction. It gives you a more secure footing. So she had some pink cleats.
They were so cute.
And I'll tell you a funny story too. When I was younger, I was in the 3rd grade. So I was 8, and my brother, he started playing soccer. Along with his uniform, he got to go to the store and get a new pair of shoes, which were cleats. And I'm like, oh man, but it wasn't even necessarily that I wanted to play soccer. I just like, oh, he's got cleats. I want some cleats. So I remember looking for some sport to do and trying to find out what I could do to get some cleats, and found Little League Baseball. And so that's kind of funny that the cleats stand out to you. Now, I did not have pink cleats. Let's get that straight.
Yeah,
I did
that would be weird.
Yeah, I did not have pink cleats, but I did finally get some because I played baseball.
I don't think my pink cleats were for baseball, though. I think they were just for soccer when I played soccer. Because I was smaller. I was probably 4.
Yeah. It's fun to watch a child play a sport, whether it's soccer, football, baseball, volleyball. Sports are good for kids, for children, because it really does teach them, it should teach them how to work together, sportsmanship, how to win, and how to lose. At least growing up, that's what we learned because we kept score. It wasn't like everybody wins scenario. And so you either won or you lost, or maybe you tied because according to the rules, but it's a character builder when you can learn how to win and be a good winner, or you can learn how to lose and be a good loser. It really does pay off in life in the long run, because in life, as you get older, you do win and you do lose, whether it's business, relationships, friendships, whatever. And to be able to accept the reality of either one and move on with life, there's a lot of character building that can take place with sports.
Right.
I kind of wish society would go back to that kind of mentality, because it really does build your character.
Because if you lose, it does make you want to do better the next time. And even if you win, you still want to do better because you want to improve so you can keep winning.
Yeah. All right, Sarah. So what kind of hobbies do you have?
I like to read. Reading is probably my favorite hobby.
Is there any kind of special situation with your reading? Do you just randomly read? Do you have a purpose for your reading?
I just like reading because it can take you to different worlds. I feel like, not literally, but it like transports you to a different time. I like reading historical fiction, romance. I also am doing an Instagram page about my reading, just book reviews and stuff.
Okay, gotcha. So do you have any pets, Sarah?
I do. So I personally have 2 rabbits.
2 rabbits.
I used to have 3, but I have 2 rabbits. 2 girls, Peaches and Daisy. If you don't know Super Mario Bros., you probably won't get the reference, but Princess Peach and Princess Daisy.
Do they sit out in the field and drink tea while they're supposed to play baseball? No?
They might.
Oh, they might. They might. Who knows? Who knows what happens in little bunny world?
They're so cute, though. They
are cute.
love each other.
What kind of rabbits are they?
They're Holland Lops.
Holland
Lops.
Okay.
Yep. You have lion heads, Holland Lops, Angoras, more. I'm not that smart about bunnies.
Right. And they are cool rabbits. One is more friendly than the other?
Not really.
But
They're
both of these are more friendly than the first one.
I wouldn't.
Okay. Do you think any of them are more friendly than the other?
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
They're all friendly in different ways.
Okay.
The girls aren't as cuddly as the boys, and that just goes with their gender. So the male was more cuddly. The females aren't as cuddly, but they'll still let you hold them and pet them and stuff.
Funny thing is, the rabbits have gotten along with
the dogs
that we've had. The cat, they seem to get along fine. We have chickens, and the cat and the chickens get along fine.
The chickens actually get along with the bunnies. They'll go over when they're free ranging or out of their pen. They'll go over and jump up on a little ledge so they can look directly at the bunnies, and the bunnies just look at them. Sorry.
You started.
Me?
Okay, so Sarah, where have you been? Where have you traveled?
So for our cross-country trip, we traveled from South Carolina to Georgia, got on the train in Georgia, then went to Louisiana, then Texas, and if I get something wrong or I miss a place because I was 6, so I don't remember everything. Texas, then I think we stopped in New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there was a stop. So when you're on a train, I'll go ahead and say it. It's not as good as in some other countries because other countries have a really good rail system in place and infrastructure. The United States, partially due to the amount of vehicles that were available and part of the American spirit, a lot of people would just prefer to driven back in the day. So rail travel declined. And so we don't have, let's say, a lot of newer, better train travel like they do in other countries. When you're traveling by train, there's a lot of stops along the way. New Mexico was one of the places that's funny you remember that, but it was kind of in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And we were able to step outside in probably about 5 or 10 minutes. It wasn't long. So yeah, it was pretty. What do you remember? If you remember anything about New Mexico, what do you remember?
I just remember it being very dry and like nothing around.
Okay. So
and it was more desert than any other place we've been.
Yeah. So there was not as much in terms of landscape, but the landscape was beautiful because it was different. It was desert, it was mountains, and it was
It reminded me of Looney Tunes,
okay.
like Wile E. Coyote
Yeah.
and Roadrunner. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we went to California after that, and that was one of the stops where we would get out and spend a few days there. We went to Hollywood. That was really cool because as a 6-year-old, you just see a bunch of people dressed up in cool costumes, like Iron Man and just a whole bunch of costumes. When I was that age, there was a show that I liked to watch, and it was called Shirley Temple. And she had these little curls, and she was super cute. And so when we went to Hollywood, they have the
Walk of Fame.
The Walk of Fame. They have like the handprints and everything. So I found Shirley Temple's, and I put my hands, and they were about the same size as mine at that point. So that's one thing that I really remember, and it was really cool.
Okay, so where would you like to go? And we'll just go with 3 places because there's only so much time in life. So what are the top 3 places you would like to visit?
My top one would probably be Prague. I've just seen pictures of that place, and it looks beautiful. Second would probably be the United Kingdom, London, Scotland, anywhere in there. I love that. And the castles that you could see. And then the third, probably Hawaii, just because it's tropical. One more place I would like to go.
Of course, she couldn't do 3. She's
I
got to
couldn't.
do one.
I have to be different. None of us have ever gone to Disney World or Disneyland, either in Florida or California. And I don't really want to go there. The Disney place that I would want to go to is in Tokyo because it has the ride of my favorite movie, Tangled. So they have like the boat ride, and I so want to go there.
All right, Sarah, let's see. I've got a few questions to ask you, kind of rapid question situation.
All righty.
What do you prefer, car or truck or SUV?
I'd say probably a car.
Okay.
I like trucks, but I would probably say a car.
All right. Sports car or sedan?
Sedan.
Okay.
A Toyota Camry. That's my favorite car at the moment. I love Toyota
No,
Camrys.
are you serious?
Yes, I love them. They're awesome. I drove a Toyota Camry while I was doing driving lessons, driver's ed, and that was my favorite car. I loved driving that.
You like driving that more than you like driving my Suburban?
50-50.
Okay. All right. She took her driver's education in a Toyota Camry, and she liked it. So, which some of that has to do with size and how you feel about driving it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here in the U.S., it's common for driver's ed for people who are in high school to be able to get their driver's license. Mm-hmm. So, normally around 15 or 16 years old in the U.S., you can get your driver's license. That surprises a lot of people around the world because there are a lot of places that you cannot get your driver's license till you're 18. All right, so your favorite sport, baseball, football, soccer, basketball, which one? If you were going
to watch?
Okay,
or
to watch.
Play?
Okay, to watch.
Football.
To play.
To play? Oof. If I just had to go off what I have played, probably basketball, but I'm not good at basketball.
Yeah. Basketball's probably my favorite sport to play. All right, climate. What kind of climate do you like?
So it's between spring and fall. If I had to pick fall, it would be if I could go to the mountains because of the leaves on the trees, because they change colors up in the mountain area instead of where we live in the coastal area where we don't get all the changing colors. But spring, because it's not too hot and it's not too cold.
Yeah. Color. What's your favorite color?
Favorite color, lavender, purple.
Okay. Favorite food?
Oof. Probably macaroni and cheese. I love mac and cheese. It's so good. But if I had to pick like a meat, steak.
Okay.
I love steak.
How about this? What is your favorite style? What is your favorite food in terms of international foods or American foods? Do you have like, some people love Mexican food. Some people love Italian food. So
I like Mexican. Mexican is probably my favorite. I don't like all Italian food, but I really like pizza. But I would probably say if I had to pick between Italian and Mexican, I would probably pick Mexican.
Okay. Movies, books, or TV series? What would you rather do as far as watch or read?
It really depends on my mood.
Okay.
Because sometimes I can want to watch a movie, or if I don't want to watch something too long, I watch a TV show. But I want to read too. So it really depends on my mood.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. Hands down, dogs.
Me too. All right. That was enjoyable. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us today and filling in for Caleb, who hopefully will be here next week. I won't even say whether he'll be here or not. I'll just say hopefully Caleb will be with us next week. But thank you, Sarah, for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And I look forward to doing this again in the future. But this allows you to meet Sarah. Hillary and I have done a podcast about Sarah and her birth story. Anyway, thank you for joining us again today. And thank you, Sarah. We hope you have a good week, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We hope you have a great day. Thanks again for joining us. And we hope this helps you to join the conversation.